welcome again everyone. Right, we're going to do a class for our Anahata chakra, which is our heart chakra. So this is the fourth chakra, the first three being the Muladhara at the base or the root of the spine, the Svadhisthana chakra obviously just in the sacral area, the Manipura chakra in your solar plexus, and they are the three kind of survival mode, survival power chakras. And they are kind of the essence of how you see yourself in the wider world, relationships, pleasures, addictions, all of those things that the maelstrom of how we see ourselves in the outer world. So when they are in balance, and if you have balance in the lower chakras, the balance then comes up into that whole heart area here, the compassion. You can feel compassion and joy, love, you know, it just resonates, that whole love frequency. When those three are balanced and you absolutely are sure who you are, you're not comparing yourself to anyone else, all of those things, you're quite sure of the essence of who you are, then by the time you come up to this heart chakra, you are able to stand in your joy and stand in your love and compassion. And you can see perhaps how other people behave from a different viewpoint, and perhaps send in the love. Just sort of knowing that we're all kind of of the same energy, we're all the same, we're all the one in many ways, and that people react and respond to situations differently, and but we're all part of the same sea, so to speak. But we might all just be little bits of ripples or waves on that big ocean of energy and ocean of life. So we're all part of that great collective consciousness, but we manifest ourselves just in slightly different impressions or different ways, just like little waves on the sea. So, without further ado, we're going to do some nice postures that are going to open up that heart area, so that we can increase our awareness and hopefully increase our love manifestation. Anahata in Sanskrit means unstruck sound. So if you can imagine that it's there, always resonating in form and in emptiness as well. Love is all around. That's the answer. All you need is love. There you go. Alright, so on that note, I'd like you to start in our Sukhasana, connect with the breath. And as you're bringing in those nice deep breaths and connecting within your inner self, I want you to think of three things in your life that you are truly grateful for, that you truly love, and that you, for the most part, because I'm sure a lot of them will be children for you, and some children will be very trying in the teenage years and all these other things. But beyond all of those little manifestations of all these things, I just want you to think of three things that you just love, unconditionally, as you're bringing in that oxygen deep into the belly. And just notice how you start to feel when you start to put your energy and your concentration to feelings of joy and gratitude and love. Do you feel your body starting to relax more? And just settling into yourself, just knowing that all is as it should be in the world. Okay, so hopefully with those feelings of joy and gratitude and love, you start to resonate differently, your cells are resonating differently, your whole being resonates on a higher vibration than anything that you're stuck in fear mode or dislike mode or frustration. The minute you start to feel like those things, whereas you don't have to not acknowledge them, because we can't all, life isn't always going to be a bed of roses, but when you can recognise that and then take a step up from that and think, okay, these things are going on, but let's deal with those things from a 0 point of love, joy and gratitude. What are these things giving me for my growth on a soul level? That idea and that understanding is where you are then resonating on a balanced Anahata chakra level. Okay, so it's a really good kind of quick fix if you're in that frustrated fear mode. You can think, hang on a minute, what are the things that keep me level, keep me grounded, in that love frequency, which is the key to everything really. Then you can start to approach all those things from a completely different viewpoint and a different standpoint. Okay, lecture over. We're going to start doing our class. You can always fast forward that bit if you do this class again. So we're going to be opening up the heart area and the shoulders. We're going to be taking nice deep breaths in, and we're going to be really, building up that sense of joy and gratitude. So you can start to think of those things that I asked you to think about, and keep them in your mind as you do your practice. And you might find that your practice will flow so much easier as well. Okay. So we're just going to take a nice deep breath in, and we take the arms up. We're going to clasp the fingers together and bring the palms up towards the ceiling. Raise yourself up out the pelvis, but keep the shoulders down, and just take some nice deep breaths in. Okay, take a deep breath in here. And then exhale to the right, which might look differently when you're looking at this. So just take a nice deep breath in, and all you're doing is you're lengthening through that left side of the body. Inhale back up to centre and exhale. So Anahata chakra is sort of recognised as being a green colour. Some people will see it as a pink colour with the heart. And love generally. Over to the other side again, inhale and exhale. Inhale. So I suppose the unstruck sound is that it's there all around. There is nothing that compares with it. Inhale, back up to centre. Alright, bring the arms down. Lift that left arm up and again come deeper into that side stretch to the right. Inhale and exhale here. Inhale, left hand back, and the right one up and over. Just really go just nice as deep as you can manage without raising that right buttock off the floor. Inhale and exhale here, so you're just lengthening through the sides. Good. Inhale back up one more time each side. Just warming up and opening up the sides of the body. Inhale and exhale here. And exhaling, and again. Up and over. Inhale and exhale here. Okay, back to centre. Sweeping down. Take the hands down and just come forward and take the head down towards the floor. And just breathe. If you want to come a little bit deeper, you can take the hands down or the arms down to more of a sphinx position. And I just want you to keep the sitting bones on the floor, but just notice how the lower back starts to just gently stretch out there. And come back up to centre. Arms up again. Inhale, warm up, twist. Chest up, take that gaze round to the right, left hand to the right knee, right hand comes behind to steady and anchor you. Breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come back to centre, inhale, arms up, and exhale. Other side, lift in the chest, engage the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, Okay, just bring the feet out in front because you've been cross-legged for quite a long time now. So just point and flex the toes. We'll just get some energy and some blood circulation down into those toes, and just circle the ankles 3 times in one direction. And then back. Well done. Okay, bring the hands back behind you. I'll just show you this way. We're going to just raise that right leg up to the ceiling. Now keep the core engaged, so your pelvic floor engaged nice and strongly here. And just keep that leg up as high as you can. So this is strengthening through the quads and the hip flexors. I just want to warm up the legs so that we will be doing quite a lot over the whole chest area and shoulders and back. We don't want to forget about all the other areas of the body as well. Alright, so just lower this leg. Again, engage the core, lift up the left. This is a really good exercise to keep practicing generally. So, you know, if you're in an advert break on the telly, get yourself down, engage the core, lift the leg. Because all this area here, if you are strengthening this area up into the psoas muscles here, etc., and that is really helping with your posture generally. As you get the front of that all nice and strong, it's able to hold you up in a good posture position. Okay, and alright, cross over the legs and come forward into tabletop. Okay, so I'm going to come into tabletop, so the hands are directly under the shoulders. We're going to do a thread the needle, so we're going to open up the shoulders. We're going to open up that right arm round as well into the chest area. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, I'm going to take the left hand round and under, and just bring it out as far as you can. Bring your head down onto the floor. Now, if you feel that you need to keep this right hand there on the floor just to support you, that's fine, stay where you are. Or if you feel you can, take your hand up and take it all the way around your back so that you're tucking those fingers into your left thigh. You want to just then turn that right shoulder up towards the ceiling. You're keeping the hips square still, this is just an upper body twist. You're just going to take a nice deep breath, try and relax. If it's too much on your neck, then you bring that right arm round and support yourself. Otherwise, just breathing 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring that right hand back round and just lay it down on the ground just now and take 3 more breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. Coming back up again. Well done. Now bring the hands under. We'll do a couple of cats and cows while we're here. So we're inhaling, bring the tummy towards the floor, the bottom up to the ceiling, looking up towards the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we round the shoulders, tummy to spine, push down with the hands. Inhale, again upward, and exhale again. We're just opening up the spine, lifting up through the chest. Last one here, inhale, arms up, and exhale, rounding the shoulders. Coming back to centre, take a deep breath here in centre tabletop. And as you exhale, take the right hand underneath now as far as you can manage. And again, keep that left hand down if you need support. Otherwise, you can bring that hand all the way around, tuck it in to the thigh, and then lift that left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Taking nice deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Bring that left hand down, support. 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Well done. Bring yourself back up to tabletop again. Let's just do 3 more cats and cows. Inhale, looking up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest. And exhale, rounding the chest now. And then inhaling again. And then rounding the shoulders, pushing down into the hands. Inhaling again. and exhaling. Good. Coming back to tabletop, we're just going to do 3 circles. So we're going to take the hips all the way around to back down towards the heels and up the left side. So we're going to come round again to the right and down and up. And last time, round to the right and down. So again, we're opening up the lower pelvis area. So coming down again the other side, we'll come round. And again. So we're circling. So we're just bringing the energy fields in the body, moving them around, coming back to tabletop. Alright, so now we're going to raise the right leg up in line with our spine and bring the left arm up. So you need to engage your core. I want you to hold this position. Keep it steady, strong. Four. I'm going to go up to 10. But come down earlier if you need to, of course. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Bring yourself back down. Stay here. 2 breaths. 1 and 2. Left side, left leg, right arm. Keep it nice and steady. Engage the core. Shoulders soft. Arms engaged. Legs strong. 1. Keep it steady. 4, 5. You can feel feeling the heat going up here. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Bring that round. Okay, so you're going to curl the toes under now. And I just want you to move back and forward. Bring that weight forward a little bit further over the wrists. But just, so it's just enough to open up the wrists, not enough to be uncomfortable as such. Okay, you're just bringing that back and forth. It's just so we want to make sure that wrists are warmed up nicely. Okay, now come back to tabletop, and then I just want you to take a nice deep breath in. Keep the feet flexed like so, and I want you just to put the weight on the hands and lift up the knees and hold. So you need to engage that core nice and strongly to hold those knees off the floor just an inch or so. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Bring the knees back. Take the feet flat, the tops of the feet flat, and come forward and back. Inhale. Bring the arms up and bring your whole body up. And kind of, it's like you're saluting back down to the sun. Okay, coming back behind. Bring the arms up, lifting up to the chest, opening the chest, exhaling back down, saluting to the sun. Okay, and again, open up. Keep that core engaged so it's supporting your lower back as you come down and up particularly. Okay, but make sure you do it nice and steady, don't rush. Exhale. So we're building up warmth in the body, and we're bringing all that flexibility back into our shoulders. So we're building up to our back bend posture, Uttanasana, camel pose. So that if you, which I actually love that back bend, it makes me feel $1,000,000. But it is quite hard. Let's do 2 more of these. And you do have to make sure that you honour how your body feels. Last one. Do you feel like you've got a little bit of a breather coming up now? Good. Right, come forward. Take the knees the width of the mat, bring the balls of the feet together, and take the hands out as far as you can. I want you just to come down. Bring that chest down towards the floor. Take the forehead to the mat. Sitting back down comfortably into the hips. I want you just to breathe through here. So we're opening up the shoulder blades here. Shoulders, shoulder joints. As well as the hips, of course. Breathing. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Slowly bring yourself back up. Bring the knees together. Now I want you to take the left hand out to the middle of the mat, and I want you to roll yourself over. You might have to help you with your right hand to balance straight into side plank. Okay, straight into side plank from there. Keep it steady. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring that right hand round. Bring yourself back to knee position. Take yourself a little bit of just a breather. First of all, that left hand back on the feet flexed, because we're working with the feet as well today. Take a breath. Good. Come forward. Right hand now. Swing those legs round into side plank, the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Okay, back to kneeling position. Okay, bring the legs together and bring the hands behind. Okay, so it's kind of a flow today. It's getting the energy flow through. Okay, now we're going to have the hands behind. Now for those who have got tight quads, this might be quite tricky for you, so you might just want to stay here and gently allow the quads to open up in their own time. For everyone else, if you want, you can lift the bottom up so you're opening up the shoulders here. You can take the head back, lifting the bottom as high as you can, and breathing. Now I'm going to hold up to 10 here, but come down early if you need to. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring the bottom down, bring the head up, and then bring yourself up. Take a nice deep breath in, take the hands up, and exhale. All the way down, bring the tummy towards the top of the thigh, take the head down and relax. Breathe. 3, 4, 5. Just take it easy, breathing through. 6. Think of those love things. 8. It's always good to remind ourselves. 9 and 10. Inhale. And always put a nice smile on one's face. Alright, hands forward. Let's come into a nice downward dog. When do you not want to put a downward dog in your practice? Okay, so we're coming into there. Now again, downward dog is one of those universal postures that just gets everything going. So if you are engaging, lifting up in the Mula Bandha there, you're wanting to try and bring that chest down. Bring the heart down towards the earth. Okay? So you're keeping the arms engaged. And as you do so, as you stick your bottom up towards the ceiling there and back into the back of the feet, the back of the thighs, and you're trying to bring your chest down towards the floor, you will feel that opening of the shoulders. Taking the gaze up towards the navel, just stretching back into those heels if you can. Some people may still have to have bent knees, and that's okay. As long as your spine is straight. It's the spine you want to keep in a nice straight line. But your legs eventually will. Hamstrings will open and allow you to get the heels down with just gentle, mindful practice of your yoga. Okay. Breathing through. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to bring that right foot up to the ceiling. Bring it all the way up to the ceiling, and I want you just to come up onto the ball of the foot on the left leg. I want you to bend that right knee, and I want you to take it over to the left. Now, you're on that ball of the foot. I want you to now start to press that left foot down towards the floor. You'll feel a really nice stretch in the calf and the hamstring. So you're opening everything up. Just breathe. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring that right foot down. Well done. Now, for those of you who are struggling, you can take a little break, okay? Otherwise, left leg up to the ceiling. You can always put me on pause for the break. Stick me back on. So you're still back up on the right, on the balls of the feet. You're bending the left knee and you're taking it over to the left. Now, so you're on the ball of the foot. I want you to start to press down that heel. Okay? 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. That's hard going. Right, left foot down. Okay, now we're going to bring that right foot through to the hands. Okay, we're going to come down into a low lunge for the moment. Bring the arms up. And again, we're going to bring them up and bring the arms, hands back. So into a slight back bend here, but we're opening up the front of the chest towards the ceiling. Just breathe. Just surrender into this beautiful posture. It's such a great hip opener. But you're lifting up everything, back bend. Keep that core engaged. 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Bring the left arm over. We'll do a nice little twist, okay, into the spine. Bring in realignment here. Hands together into prayer position, which is always a nice position to come into when we are focusing on our Anahata heart chakra. For all the obvious reasons that we are prayerful to the divine, which is in us all, of course, which is what Namaste means. I bow to the divine in you and me, and in all things. Okay, just take it nice and easy. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale down. Okay, right, I want you to just come back onto that left knee. Let's just stretch out that right hamstring just for the moment. It's just a nice little counter pose. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Bring that right foot back. All right, just come back again briefly into downward dog. 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to bring that left foot up, and I'm going to do it this way, so I'm not turning my back to you. Bring that right foot down, right knee down, sorry, okay? So we're coming into our low lunge. with arms up and slightly back, so you're opening up the chest, bringing the back bend in, surrendering down, keep your core engaged, breathing. So we're stretching out that right hip flexor and quad. Three, 4, and 5. Now we're going to bring that right elbow down. So we're going to bring a nice twist with our prayer position into play here. Again, just allow yourself to deeply surrender into that posture. Just allow that lower back to feel that nice twist that realigns the spine. And just keeping it nice and steady. You'll be able to hear my children up there ashing it out. Alright, we're going to come back down and again, just the counter pose. That left leg, just allowing the hamstring to have a nice little stretch there. Okay, now we're going to take the weight back forward again here. Okay, curl the right toes under and see if you can manage just to kind of bring the weight up onto that left leg. Now you can take your hands out in front just to support yourself. Now I want you to try and see if you can straighten that left leg. It might have to be bent depending on your hamstring. Alright, so you're coming into a supported warrior 3 position here. Because I really want you just to concentrate on keeping the hips nice and square facing forward. Holding the core nice and steady, and I want you to just try and lift up in the head a little bit, so you're opening up that area here around the chest. You're just holding that nice and steady, okay? Keep it nice and steady here. Okay, 3, 4, and 5. Now you might need to assist yourself here. You're going to bend that knee, bring yourself down, and bring that right leg through and forward. Okay? Did you get that? So you're from here, you're bringing your body down towards the floor and squeezing that right leg through. And hold it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Place that right foot down. Well done. If you're at the end of your mat, maybe come back forward a little bit, because you want to come back up again and do the same the other side. Now if you're right at the end of your mat, just bring your foot back a little bit and then raise the other leg. So you're doing exactly the same the other side. Keep it nice and steady. And one of the reasons of this posture is because for that moment, when you're really trying to work out what on earth we're supposed to be doing here, you have absolute one-pointed concentration on what it is you're trying to do. And it's that 0 point of one-pointed concentration that there is a stillness in your mind. All other thoughts are completely gone as you try and think about what it is you're doing exactly in that moment. Alright, so now we're going to bend the right knee and bring that left leg through all the way, pointing up to the front. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lay that left foot down, well done. And then just bring it back, so you can bring it back into alignment with the other foot. Feet together, bringing ourselves down into Uttanasana. Breathing. Legs together, knees lifted. Now don't worry if you didn't find that last one very easy. Okay, again, it's all about your hip flexors
and your quads being strong enough to lift that leg up in front of you. So even if you were able to hold it for a breath, you know, but it is one to note that when you're trying to move from one posture to another, you really do want to keep that core nicely engaged, because that's what's giving you your grounding. It's what's allowing your body to move and be fully supported. Okay, slowly ragdoll up. To Samasihi, just watch that blood rush to the head because you might feel that. Alright, well done. Okay, so now we're going to do, I want to do a nice dancer pose, because I feel that that's, again, a nice sort of heart chakra opening posture. Okay, so again, you turn around to the side. I'm going to take the weight onto the left foot. I'm going to grab the right foot with our right hand, okay? Now how I do this is I bend my knee first of all to bring myself forward. And then I bring that right foot out behind me, and then I lift up that left hand to the sky, and then I try and straighten my left leg. And I breathe. So again, your drishti pointing something straight ahead. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Now release that right foot, bring it round and forward onto that left thigh. Come around here so you see what I'm doing. Okay, so you've gone from here to here. Bring the hands into prayer position and just bend that left leg. Nothing too fancy. Just hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Excellent. Okay. Right, let's try the other side. So we have weight on that right foot. Okay, grab the left. Bend that knee. Take the left leg back and the right arm then coming up. And then try and straighten that leg. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring that left leg round onto that right thigh. Oh, sorry folks, and come down. That wasn't a very good example. 2, 3, 4, and 5. I want to say I was getting distracted with my daughter upstairs making an awful noise, but that was just a bad excuse. That was just not very good balance. But you know, I could stop and I could edit it, but I'm not going to, because sometimes you just don't always have the right thing that happens on one side. And it's interesting. I must often stand on my left leg because I balance much better on my left leg, even though I'm a right footer. Well, that probably makes sense. So I would, if I was kicking a football, I would be taking my weight on this leg to be balanced, and the right foot would come to kick the ball. When I try and balance on my right leg, I'm not nearly as steady, because I don't ever have to do that, or throughout my whole life, I wouldn't do that. So often, then therefore, I must, through my life, put my weight on my left leg more, and so I'm more balanced. It feels on that left leg, or more stronger a balance than my right. So it's maybe worth observing yourself, which leg you feel stronger and a balance with. It is really important, of course, to get your drishti point as well, which is something I actually lost when I did that last posture too, because that makes all the difference, keeping the core strong and your gaze point. Okay, well done. Excellent. Alright, so I think because we're doing our love chakra, we have to come and do a goddess pose, because love is all about the sacred feminine, isn't it? Well, it's the balance of the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine, but let's come into our goddess, our nurturing pose. So bring your feet so the toes are pointing out and the heels are slightly in. And we're going to sink down here, so the knees. So we want to come down as deep as we can, but we don't want the knees over the toes. And try and bring the knees back if you can. Okay, now you get yourself a nice alignment. Make sure that your back is nice and straight. You don't want to be coming forward, okay, like a sumo wrestler. You want to be back, a bit more like the Maori dancers, almost like straight back. Okay, so just allow yourself to sink down. You can bring your arms into the strong goddess pose if you like, and just hold yourself here. Keep that core nicely engaged. And keeping it strong. And breathing. And this is where you can start to build up heat. You're using big muscles in the legs. Even just holding this posture and keeping your alignment nice, shoulders down, strength, you can start to really start to feel it in here. So allow the chest to expand with the breath and the belly. Again, strong warrior. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly come back up. Yeah. Do you feel that there? Okay, bring the feet together, a nice little jump here. I'm going to come in straight into a chair pose. So we're going to bend at the knees, arms up, lifting the chest. Keep the back nice and straight, but just bending the knees. Looking up towards the thumbs. Holding it steady. Breathing 5. This is just giving you a nice calf stretch as well. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring up the knees, bring the hands down. Okay, another quick chest opener. We're just going to take the weight on that right foot, take the left foot up, and just tuck it up as high up the thigh as you can. Keep that right hand holding that left foot, okay? We're not going to do anything too fancy here, we're just going to keep the balance. But we will try and take the left hand behind our back and see if we can grab our right arm. And we're just going to try and hold that position. Again, this is my right leg, so it's not my strong balancing leg. 3, 4, and 5. We're opening up the chest here, just a little bit with the shoulders back in the balance. Again, balancings are great for finding that 0 point concentration because there's so much going on with balancing that you don't have, your monkey mind doesn't have time to be thinking about anything else. You're just thinking about what you're doing. And that's why yoga is such a moving meditation. Just be careful when you bring that foot up. Just be mindful of your knee, especially if you've got any knee issues, okay? And then again, bring that right arm round. Holding it steady. 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Release that right foot and coming back down. Excellent. So the shoulders should feel quite open. Chest should feel quite open here. We're going to come down to the mat because I'd like to do a nice gentle twist, and then we'll come into our Uttanasana, our camel back bend, because I quite like to do that 2 times today because you really will feel the benefit for the second time. So bring the feet together and we're just going to slowly bend the knees, and we're slowly going to bring our bottoms down towards the floor. Very steady. Now you'll start to feel you need to come up onto the balls of your feet, that's fine. Just come down slowly. Well done. Keep that balance. Okay, coming to sit down on your bottom. Fantastic. Let's bring our legs out in front. Let's do a nice
Paschimottanasana. We always bring those in as well every practice. Nice deep breath in here and then come forward. Just breathing through again. Just be aware of all the sensations that are going through your body. And you bring yourself into a posture that brings us into ourselves, as opposed to opening ourselves up. This one sort of brings us in. It's a good time for reflection. Okay, 3, 4, and 5. Coming up. Okay, well done. Right, I just want to bring in a nice twist that's going to open up the whole chest area. Okay, so we're going to bring that left leg in and the right leg over like this. Now, some of you might not be able to get that leg all the way over, so just bring it to where you can comfortably take that leg where both sitting bones are on the floor still. So if by taking that leg over, you are coming over onto that left buttock and lifting this one up, that's not preferable to having the foot a bit further round in order for you to be able to have both sitting bones on the floor. Alright, so it's usually just a tight hip situation that prevents this, also with tight quads and hamstrings. So again, be kind to yourself and do what feels right for you. Okay, so we'll take a nice deep breath in here. Just sit like this for just a breath. Okay, so I'm going to show you the modified version of this and then the actual version. Inhale. Now we're going to exhale, we'll turn to the right. I'm going to take that left arm over, okay? Now, you can the right hand comes behind, so I'll show you this way. So the right hand comes behind, okay? Like so. So you've got a nice twist going on here in the chest. Ardha Matsyendrasana. For those who would like to take it a little bit deeper, you can either take your arm and take that hand through the hole and then take the right hand behind and grab your hand. That is a slightly deeper version. You can have a go at that. Again, you want to make sure that you're still lifting in the chest. Okay, and you take the gaze round to the right so that you are still lengthening through the spine. Three, 4, and 5. Okay, now you can release from here. If anyone wants to take this a little bit further still, you can take your arm a little bit further down that knee, take the left hand round and grab the foot. Okay, now then you're lifting up in your chest still, you take your gaze over the right shoulder. Okay, some people find that a little bit too much on this inside of the arm, so if that's you, you just need to build it up to that. Okay, and just take it easy, maybe just hold it for a breath and come out. Okay, you'll find this a very strong twist, but it's a nice one for opening up the chest. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly release that arm. Come back round, take that right leg out in front, take the other leg out and bring the soles together, about 1.5 feet away from your body. Take a deep breath in and exhale, come forward. We'll just iron out that last twist with a far gentler hip opener and allow the back just to get back to normal. Okay, coming back up to centre again. Alright, so this time we'll take the right leg in and the left leg over. Just remember all your modifications, remember. But you want to make sure that you still have two sitting bones on the floor. And again, one side might be easier than the other. We all have, like with the balancing thing I said earlier on, we all have one side of our body that's tighter than the other, and our hips are tighter than the other. So, you know, even if you're able to do it the other side and not this side, don't sweat, it's quite natural and it will just be a slower process for that side to fully open up. Alright, so we're going to take a nice deep breath in here. We're going to come round to the left, bring the right arm over. We'll start off first of all with the hand up, so that our body first of all is getting used to that little twist. And 4 and 5. Now again, you can stay where you are or just come out for a breath or two and then go back in again at this level. Or, of course, you can try and get your arm tucked in here with the hand around the side. And again, lift up through the chest, shoulders soft. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can release here, or you can stay there, or you can go a little bit deeper, and again, taking that right arm round, grabbing the leg, the foot, and keeping yourself as upright as you can, all the way around, take the gaze on the left. 1, 2, 3, it's difficult to breathe deeply, but see if you can. 4, and 5. Well done. Whew! It's hard going, isn't it? Take that left leg down now. Just be kind to yourself. Remember, twists are wonderful, but they do take quite a long time for your body to get used to them. You're not sort of we don't put our bodies in those positions, so your body needs to build up to that. So modify, modify, modify is the key there. Alright, let's do another forward fold, just to rock out that little twist. And then we're going to come into our challenging posture, our back bend posture to finish today. This is the ultimate chest opener, I'd say. Well, no, there is actually a more challenging posture, which is really good at opening up the chest, but it really is a lot further down the line, I think. For now. But as it's always good to bring back bends into every practice, but at the end of your practice, for obvious reasons, this is one of my favourites because it just works on such a deep level for me. Okay, now this is Ustrasana, camel pose. Right? This is the way I was taught to do it by an Indian master yoga teacher. So the best way to do it is to come up onto the knees. Now if you need to put a blanket under your knees or roll the mat over to give yourself a bit more cushioning, that's absolutely fine. Okay? Not everyone is happy to balance weight on the knees, but your knees do get used to it the more you do it, so just take it easy to begin with. Now you want your knees to be hip width apart on the floor, and again, your body nice and straight, the spine nice and straight. Now, the way to do it, first of all, is you need to bring your hips forward as far as you can, okay? Forward as far as you can, first of all. Now, remember to keep that core engaged. It's very important you keep your pelvic floor engaged nice and strongly here. Alright, once you've come as far forward as you feel you possibly can, right, we're going to bring our hands round. Now, you can heighten those heels a little bit by coming onto the balls of the feet, or you could put a pillow on top of your calves so that you're only coming back onto the pillow. Alright, it's up to you. And you don't even have to come all the way back to the heels, you can just come back as far as is good for you. Okay?
into the full Uttanasana. Your hips are far as forward as you possibly can. Take a nice deep breath in and raise that right arm up, and as you exhale, take it round and place it onto that heel, the right heel. Inhale the left arm up, and again exhale it round onto the left heel. Now keep the hips forward here because you tend to move back. Keep them forward. Now if you've got any neck issues, I would keep your neck here. Otherwise, take your neck back so that you can look at the opposite wall. Now again, your core needs to be strong. Try and relax that lower back, okay? And again, you could be in any of that position of any of those modifications. When you come out of this posture, everything has to be done extremely slowly. So if you're needing to come out now, you bring your head up first, you bring your left arm round, then the right, and then slowly come down to child's pose. Everything very slowly, please. Now your chest is very open here, so you can just breathe normally. Don't try and do 2 deep breaths. Some people find it difficult to swallow in this position. If that's you, you can always raise your head up a little bit. But if you can stay in this position for as long as you can, that is wonderful. Okay, let's just go for another 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to bring our head up first, then we're going to bring the left arm up, then the right, and then we're slowly going to come down to child's pose from here. Okay, now that might be enough for you. If you've had enough, you want to just stay into child's pose, that's okay. Or you can just rewind the tuition there on that particular back bend if you want to kind of really know what you're doing properly. It's always good just to do that at any time. But I know many of you have done this many times before. Okay, now just take a few breaths in this position, and then for those of you who want to try it again, it's always good to try a back bend again because you get so much deeper and so much more from it the second time around. And even a third time is fantastic. For any challenging posture, it's always recommended you don't try any more than 3 times in the one sitting, if you know what I mean. Otherwise your legs, well, your whole body becomes a bit fatigued, and that you don't want to be overstraining your body. So no more than 3 times in any one session if you're trying to master a particularly difficult posture. Okay, coming back up again, let's go one more time for those who feel they want to. Otherwise, everyone else can just either come into a gentler back bend like bridge if you want to do another one, or just stay in your child's pose. Okay, hips forward as far as you can go. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, left back onto the right heel. Inhale the left one up and back to the left heel. Okay, so you're bringing the hips forward again because they'll have moved back, no doubt. Head back if you feel comfortable. Holding steady, breathing. Keep that core engaged as that supports your lower back there. Nice and steady breath. Try and relax in the pose. I know it's easier said than done, but really, if you can try and surrender, just stay as long as you feel comfortable to do so, and slowly, slowly out. Taking it nice and easy. Breathe. I love this posture. Okay, and we're going to go for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, inhale, head comes up. Remember, the head's very heavy. Inhale, left and the right, slowly. Exhale, come down very slowly. Back into child's pose. Rest here, few breaths. Take it nice and easy. You've done very well. If you did a second back bend and bridge, you know to bring your knees to your chest so that you're allowing that counter pose of the forward fold. Okay. Just coming up. We're just going to slowly bring ourselves round onto our bottoms. If you've done a back bend that deep, you really should finish off with a nice forward fold. So child's pose is great to come out first because it's a gentler forward fold, but you should always finish with a nice deeper forward fold with a back bend like that. So just coming forward and just breathe. So back bends are so energizing. They're very good for your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, as well as just keeping the back flexible as well, because we sit down a lot, particularly in the winter months. So just keeping yourself gentle, and the back bends are good. Okay, coming back up again. Well done. Well done, everybody. Okay, bringing yourself around into this position, into a nice comfortable seated position, and we will just finish the practice. Please remember to do a Shavasana, which is your lying down corpse pose position. I don't like to use that terminology, somebody pointed that out to me actually. But lying down, resting the body, relaxing it fully is always the best posture at the end of every yoga practice, because it is the most important one. So always give yourself a Shavasana to allow the magic of the yoga practice to integrate into your body. Okay, so we will just end the practice as usual in our usual manner with our hands in Anjali Mudra, and we'll make the sound of the universe, Mother Earth. Inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you. Well done, everybody.